The real-life version. When Annette broke up with her boyfriend Bob back in 1955, she thought the relationship, look at this, had just run its course, Mario.
Fast forward to 2019, and she's getting ready to walk down the aisle with her first love. 63 years after she last saw him. They're joining us now. Welcome, Bob and Annette. How you guys doing?
We're doing great. How are you today?
I'm well, sir. Thank you so much. So tell us about your high school relationship. Bob, you were pretty smitten, I'm assuming.
That is correct. School year 1955, starting my junior year in high school. I was in the study hall in the auditorium of the school, and I laid eyes upon the most beautiful woman I have ever seen in my life. She was absolutely gorgeous, as you can see from some of the snapshots you've seen, the auburn hair, the beautiful face. And during that time, early September through the junior year, I felt totally 100% soulmate, forever in love with this woman. She taught me what love was all about.
And then Annette, you look so beautiful in the pictures. You go to prom, y'all are sort of in love. You leave for the summer, and then what happens, Annette?
Well, I went to Florida, to Miami Beach with my aunt and uncle, and they had an apartment on the beach for a week. And about the third day, my aunt said that we're going to have some company today. So she called me into the apartment, and there were the Callahans that had come to visit. And I met John and his brother Ron. And we was on the beach swimming and everything for about 3 days. And then they went on to West Palm Beach. But when I went back to Kentucky with my aunt, John lived just up the street from her. And so we started going to swimming and things that week. And he wrote to me during the summer when I went back to my home at Pikeville, Kentucky. So when I went back for my senior year at Garfield High School, the first day of school, I saw Bob coming down the hall, and he had his arms out to hug me. And I turned from my locker and said, "Bob, I don't want to date you anymore. I found somebody else."
But there's a happy ending.
You broke
Hang
up with
on.
him. And then cut to 6 decades went by. You went on and you lived happy lives. How'd you reconnect?
Well, I have cancer. I took a sabbatical. Let me back up a little bit. On the side, I have loved this woman for 6 decades plus. With just a side romance. Met and married my wife in 1961. We raised 1959. We were married and raised our family. But I had thought about Annette for all those years on occasion, and wondered what was going on with her, etc. So I've been sort of in love with her all this time. Thought about her. I guess that's first love is something that happens to everyone. But anyway, with my cancer treatments, I needed a break. And my doctor gave me 3 weeks that I could take off, and I went off on a sabbatical. I went mountain climbing. I went to concerts. I went to ball games. I just was had a wonderful time. Coming back home, though, this gentle love on the side over here. My wife had passed away in 2017, and I got to thinking about Annette. Pulled off on the side of the road, had a little emotional breakdown. Decided I had to see her one more time. Came home. I Googled, found out that her husband John had passed away on January the 18th, 2015. She'd been a widow for 4.5 years. They had said, give donations to the Gideons, and special thanks to the hospice and palliative care. So I sent donations to the hospice and palliative care. One of them sent back and said, "Hey, we're using this as seed money to start a memory care unit in our facility." But I also sent a condolence card to Annette, and I just signed it. Others are thinking about you, Bob. Put my name and address in there.
The phone number.
And 8 days later, this was about July the 16th. 8 days later, on the 27th of July, there's a phone call comes in, and she said, "Bob, this is Annette. I went out this morning, found your card. Thank you so much." She said, "I looked and saw your return address." And she said, "I said, praise God. God has answered my prayer. She'd been looking for me for a couple of years."
That is beautiful. Prayers answered. concert, Bob.
And there it was. So
Never give up on love. That is the lesson
God
there.
himself has directed that. So anyway, there's a neat picture there of us sitting in the park, waiting for a sunset. But anyway, we talked on the phone. She said, I would like to see you. Can you come to Ohio? Packed a bag that night, was on the road the next morning, 500 miles, 12 hours of driving.
Bob,
I was sitting in the
your
driveway.
dedication from Bob.
Bob, that is discipline and commitment right there, my friend.
Yes, and we're wishing you well with your health.
God bless you guys. So thank you. A big thank you to Annette and Bob. You guys are
How
awesome.
about a big
Inspiration.
kiss to take us off the air?
Yay.
We love a good love story.
Well, just real quickly, if I may, when I got here, 6:30 in the evening, I called and said, "Are you home?" She said, "I'm at home." She said, "Are you coming to Ohio?" I said, "I'm sitting in your driveway." I got out of the car, gave her some flowers, walked over. I said, "You're beautiful. I love you, and whether you like it or not, I'm going to kiss you."
That's it. Bob. Bob's got game. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Annette. You guys rock.
And then 30
wish you
days,
well.
30 days later, I asked her to marry me, and she agreed.
All right, Bob. I feel like I know everything about Bob and Annette.
We'll see you at the wedding.
We'll see you. Thank you so much. They're awesome.
Oh, that was really